Hi, I'm Dawson. I'm the UK brand ambassador of Jack Daniel's whiskies. Good question, and I often ask myself the same thing. Well, it kind of goes back to when I was of legal drinking age. I started to go out to some bars and some pubs and things like that, and my friend came back not with a pint of lager, but he came back with a Jack and Coke. And it was about how it made us feel back then. It was a little bit rock and roll, a little bit rebellious. It was a little bit different from the norm. From then I got into bartending. I started to get a little bit geekier about what I was pouring. And then it was kind of like a bit of rebellion against Scotland, I suppose, and what everyone expected of me. When people were asking me for Scotch or whiskey recommendations, I used to hold up a bottle of this stuff and say, that's what I recommend. I think it's a lot of drinkers are starting to look into what they are drinking, and they're realizing that American whiskey isn't made by hillbillies off in the woods in Appalachia in North America. It has got a lot of craft behind it. American whiskey, and Tennessee whiskey in particular, has no artificial colors, has no artificial flavors in there. It's 100% natural. So yeah, I mean, with all of this under our belt, people are starting to realize that, and then reaching for a glass of Jack and knowing that it's got all this authenticity and craft behind it. So I think American whiskey is great to start off your journey with whiskey as a category. The flavors in there, if I just shout a few words, all these flavors you're going to get from the barrel, you're going to get chocolate, you're going to get vanilla, you're going to get toffee, caramel. Who doesn't like those? You're also going to get some spicy notes, some orange peel, some star anise, some cinnamon. It's got so much complexity, and it's got a lot of sweetness that's going to come from that naturally from that barrel also. So yeah, that's what to look out for. So this is part of the job that I love, is educating people between the differences between my national spirit and my favourite spirit. If you look at a Scottish whiskey, typically it's double distilled in copper pot stills, and it's 100% malted barley. Again, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you look at Irish whiskies, they're generally barley and malted barley, and they're triple copper pot stilled. They tend to be a little bit lighter, a little bit cleaner, a little bit fresher. Now, crossing the Atlantic, you'll start to get a huge difference, not only with the grain, so we use a little bit of barley, a little bit of rye, which is a flavour grain, but predominantly corn. And at Jack, we'll use 80% corn, 12% malted barley, and 8% rye. Rye, again, is that flavour grain, just gives that gentle spice. Again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Then you start speaking about barrels. We can only use a barrel once. After we use it, we sell it to Scotland, we sell it to Ireland, and they start aging their spirits in it. It's pretty important because a barrel is a bit like a tea bag. That first use is going to extract those biggest, strongest vanilla, caramelly notes, and that's what we're looking for in American whiskey. Another part of the job that I love, a lot of people think it's made by toothless hillbillies in the middle of Appalachia wearing dungarees and straw hats. Not at all. I'm very proud to work for Jack Daniel's. I know how much craft, how much expertise goes into this. And I mean, we've got 150 years of doing this under our belt. That makes us the oldest registered distillery in the United States. And to a lot of Scottish whiskey drinkers, they don't realize that American whiskey has that much history also. I think it's that Tennessee whiskey is its own category. We're not just stuck into the same field as all bourbons or all other American whiskies or even Scottish whiskies as well. You can't compare it. It is so vastly different, and it's got so much heritage behind it and so much craft that give it a chance. So the trends that I'm starting to see where I live down very close to London, and I work in London every day, is Americana. The drive is still at the start. We're going to see it around for a few more years there, I'm predicting. You're starting to see a lot more Southern cuisine, pulled pork, short ribs, things like that. These big American, typically Southern American flavors pairing with Jack Daniel's. We've got bars over there that specialize. They have their own smokers, and they've got huge, vast shelves of American whiskey.